The path that leads to truth is littered with the bodies of the ignorant. Miyamoto Musashi, my friends, do not be ignorant. Ignorant means you don't know. Stupid means you can't learn. Here we are working to get rid of our ignorance by doing what? Practicing every day, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all we ask. You learn by doing, by following these charts, by looking to jump into and out of trades, to follow the trend. Who is your friend until the end when it bends? Let's jump into these charts. We see everything is up for the day except Bitcoin. Let's jump first into the S&P 500. And of course, as we go through the day, you can see it was up in the morning, further up in the afternoon. Volume did not reach average. We see on this latest two-day candle, which is the Wednesday, Thursday, it is still below the trend line. It is trying to push up. We're above it on the half day. Again, scant volume. We didn't hit the average even. And will we hit average this week? I don't know, but we are getting higher. It just keeps on keeping on. We have been long for low all these weeks. We've had some questions, but again, the market just seems to recover, and keep pushing. And man, our directional probabilities popped up and our backtest accuracy is beautiful, not only on the S&P 500, but also on the NASDAQ 100. That went up 0.63% for the day. Decent volume in the morning, pulling back volume a little in the afternoon, but continuing to move up both morning and afternoon. We got a little two-day, didn't quite hit average volume, little two-day green candle. And of course, we are below the weekly trend line on the weekly. Maybe we'll get up to average, not reaching, unlike the S&P, not reaching a higher high. The most recent high we had, of course, was back during the week on the 11th. And you can see what's beautiful. For those of you who aren't totally familiar with how the trading software, the charting software that we, TradingView, that we use each and every day, it just has so many great things. You can see how we have linked the timeline. So in the weekly and the two-day and the half-day, you can see that as we move along, it follows with us on the weekly, the two-day, the half-day. So wherever you are, you can see. And when you look at that week of the beginning the 11th of August, if we go down here to the half-day, you can follow it along and you can see when it peaked. That was on Wednesday. And then, of course, rolled down through last Thursday, the 21st, and then started moving up sort of back and forth, but again, continuing up over the last 7 days as it has been climbing. Today, well, we had the biggest up day was last Friday. We'll see how this Friday goes, but again, things moving in the right direction. Now, our trade execution summary grid is, of course, available today. I've already uploaded it at the Patreon site. I'm going to email it out to the Patreon members instead of sending you 2 emails with the weekly vertical crossovers and the trade execution summary grid included in the 5-day plus ETF trading analysis and execution plan on all 5 of our ETFs. We'll send it all to you in 1 email. But if you want to see it now, it's at our Patreon page for our Patreon members. Again, we do release it to all of the free members the following day and then to the public at large on the second day. So again, if you appreciate what we do here and want to support us and help us with the cost associated with putting this on for you every day, you can do so, and we so appreciate it. And of course, you immediately get a copy of my latest book, 3-Wave Trading Advantage. It's my best book ever. And for those of you who have it, I hope you feel that way. That's the only feedback I've gotten is, Tom, love the new book. Tells me everything about what it is you do here on a daily basis. That's the reason I wrote it. And also you get 3-part series, Options Made Simple, The Charting Wealth Way. Let's move on to bonds. Bonds are up for the day, 0.66%. But as we look, we see we have dojis, 3 dojis, lots of indecision as we end the week. Don't know if we'll get to average volume. Probably will. Look at this. 3 dojis on the 2-day, hanging right there on the almost horizontal trend line. We did see where things popped up in the morning, about the same in the afternoon. Average volume in the morning, a little below in the afternoon. And again, just sort of seesawing. Don't have a call on 20-year U.S. government bonds. Well, I mean, the math that we run on the execution plan, the trade execution summary grid, tells us that we are a little more than a coin toss down on 20-year U.S. government bonds. Not the kind of thing I'm going to be betting any kind of trading on with a practice trade or otherwise. So we'll wait to see how things straighten out. What about gold? You know, it's just, again, as we look at the numbers, they are telling us that gold is bearish. But we are seeing a bullish candle for the week. Not up to average volume yet. Haven't been for the prior 2 weeks either. But we have slowly but surely pushed through on the 2-day chart. It is as it has been growing, although not average volume. And look at how things shot up last Friday and just kept going throughout the week with average volume. So again, up for the day, 0.74%, decent day. And where has that left us with gold? Well, it's been tracking along sideways the last 2 weeks. Red spinning top or doji, however you want to call that, this week trying to break out. So we'll continue to keep an eye on things and see if gold is going to gain some of that luster. Now we go all the way back to April the 21st when gold hit its high, and that was 317.63. Right now we're at 315.08, so we're not too far away. So we'll keep an eye on things as time progresses, as it always does. Bitcoin pulling back just a little bit for the day. We are decently down on Bitcoin. Not anything to write home about, but the same down percentage as we are on upward on the S&P and the NASDAQ, and the same with the backtest accuracy, decent backtest accuracy. So again, Bitcoin down some for the day. We're not going to hit average volume on the weekly, have not hit average volume on the latest 2-day candle, and over the last day and a half haven't hit average volume. On the half day, well below the weekly trend line on that half day. Up in the morning, pulled back a little bit in the afternoon, so we are still short Bitcoin. That's where we are, my friends. Always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.